let's quickly get into the trending topics. So the trending topics are everywhere today. So please bear with us as we try and work our way through them. But Nkosi Johnson popped up right there to the number one position. Why, Eska? Is there a reason? I mean, I can see everyone talking to him.
But as you say, it's a bit tough to center it. But I think from what I'm reading, it seems as though this is about, starting to create awareness again. Because remember, around the time of Nkosi Johnson, there were so many campaigns out, the ABCs, what to eat healthy, do this, do that, around HIV and AIDS. But then it seemed to disappear. And after the report that was released last week, you remember the HSRC talking to us about the prevalence incidence report. And I think if you look at what that report tells us, one of the things that people were talking about was the fact that some of the campaigns have disappeared.
Yes.
So the awareness has disappeared, that creation of awareness. So going back, many people talking about Nkosi Johnson, what that meant at the time.
This is a good one, and I think this sums it up. This kind of sums up the entire thread of what's going on and what people are speaking to, and I think it's quite powerful. It's a Twitter account called Moral Authority saying the AIDS hustle went from Nkosi Johnson. And you remember that picture of Nkosi standing on a stage holding in a microphone. And that microphone at that stage was actually bigger than him. There you go. It was bigger than him, fighting for ARVs to have his life. Okay, that's the picture. So he goes on to say the AIDS hustle went from Nkosi Johnson to hot girls in bikinis justifying why they're spreading AIDS because they didn't have Louis Vuitton and Gucci at home. The stories these women tell about how the wives warned them, but they still wanted to be homewreckers. Don't fall for their scams. So that's kind of one tweet, and in and amongst so many of them, talking to how the narrative around AIDS has so changed.
Yeah. So there's little Nkosi.
All right.
Right. Moving on to the next one. He's Magashule. Again, all over the place, this one.
Yeah, it is all over the place, and there's lots about it. I mean, there was an old interview I think he did with Mackie.
Yeah, an old interview that people have dredged up.
They've brought that up with lots of things being said there. But there's also this one where Karen Morn yesterday tweeting, and of course this always gets people speaking. It is apparent the Free State's Prosecution Service, which is dealing with the politically explosive corruption case against the province's former Premier Ace Magashule, believes stealing a criminal docket or dockets was the motive behind the burglary. So I think there was a burglary, and some of these dockets may have been taken, and that's what some people are talking to, but there's lots more. Another one from I Don't Get Excited for Ace Magashule. He promoted the money launderer Ramaphosa as deputy president. This mess is all his fault, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of talk about Ace Magashule in social media.
And also, Julius Malema just tweeted Ace Magashule.
In fact, I think that is the reason why he's trending. I mean, and that was the full tweet.
Ace Magashule, that's all he said. Yeah.
So there you go. Hence, Ace Magashule is trending. Next one.
Moving on.
Okay.
President Cyril Ramaphosa, again, as Leanne had rightly pointed out at the beginning of the segment, today you're going to have to bear with us because these trends are all over. So President Cyril Ramaphosa, people talking about where he's at, also basically a visit, a high-level delegation visit that he received from the UN. Elections, Musi Maimane saying the president needs to basically promulgate the election date this week. A lot going on.
Yes, indeed. And also an interview conducted yesterday, and I think it was on another news channel, where ANC veteran Mavuso Msimang says Nelson Mandela believed Cyril Ramaphosa should be his successor. However, Msimang says that he does not think Mandela would be proud of the current ANC government. So maybe some comments like that also adding to that trend. And then, of course, what more do you need to say?
Yeah.
You are walking with your feathers right out there.
Aye.
They are all plumped up and very proud at the moment of Arsenal.
Indeed. and literally the last kick of the game. Declan Rice there making sure that it's 3 points to the Gunners against Luton last night. Exciting match, but I think they made heavy weather of it. But also, you know, this kind of shows the character that we want to see from the Gunners for the season, and hopefully we will take it all the way. So that's the trend Luton Arsenal from last night.
Your mishmash of trending topics out there. This is what happens when the holiday seasons come. It gets harder and harder. But nonetheless, it's where we'll leave it for now.
Yes. Mighty Gunners of North London.
Just for you. Just for
beautiful,
you. All right there. Some would say yes, others would say no.
But what are you disagreeing with?
I'm not agreeing with any. You know I can't argue with. Please don't make me go. I'm just saying that there are fans that would disagree with you. You said it was a beautiful.
Yeah, Leanna's not disagreeing.
I'm not disagreeing. It's beautiful. Love it. Absolutely think it's magnificent.